Our guest is Musavat Party Chairman Isa Gambar. Welcome to Difficult Question.
Thank you.
My first question is related to Elmar Huseynoff. Today is his birthday. Although he was murdered in 2005, his murderers have not been found yet. The perpetrators behind this murder remain unidentified. Today, I remember the words of Jean Valjean, who is the main character from the novel Les Miserables. After his imprisonment, Valjean asks, "Who is to blame for my arrest? Am I, or the government which cannot provide my welfare, or the unfair justice system that sentenced me to 19 years? Who do you think should be held accountable for the murder of Elmar Huseynoff?"
It is clear that the Aliyev regime and the people operating in this regime are the culprits of the murder of Elmar Huseynoff. All the people who are in power are responsible. They hold direct responsibility for the murder of this journalist who is brave, selfless, and talented. Although it's been 5 years since his murder, those responsible have not yet been found. This proves that the regime is guilty. It's a fact that the public is able to see who the assassinators are.
Let's switch to our main topic. On the 21st anniversary of the Azerbaijan Popular Front Party, you noted that the representatives of the present government are those who celebrated the decisions of the Politburo of the Communist Party, and are those left over from the KGB and the Communist Party. How are you, I mean the opposition, close to the people? What has the opposition done to solve the problems of the people?
I had reasons to say that. On July 14th, the French and all progressive mankind celebrated the anniversary of the French Revolution, but the ruling regime in Azerbaijan celebrated this day as the day that Heydar Aliyev came to power in 1969. It is clear that Heydar Aliyev came to power by the decision of the Politburo of the Communist Party. The incumbent authority in Azerbaijan celebrated a holiday that was a decision of the Politburo of the Communist Party. This gives me a reason to say that. We are the opposition forces who have always wanted integrity in Azerbaijan. Isn't the development of democracy in Azerbaijan the solution to all our problems? We have served and will continue to serve those great ideals. I consider that these great ideals coincide with the ideals of the people. There is no need to measure the distance between us and the people. We are of the people.
Let us continue on this subject. The Popular Front Party was created and formed during the First Nagorno-Karabakh. People who helped for this party made it their goal to protect democracy, market economy, and human rights. What have you achieved in these past 21 years? Generally speaking, what have been your achievements?
The lifespan of our administration, the National Democratic Forces, and Elchibi's authority lasted for only a year. When we came to power, we began to prevent Armenian occupation policies and to free occupied lands. The Azerbaijani army began victorious crusades and freed the important parts of the occupied land in a short time. The National and Democratic Authority of Azerbaijan achieved great success in diplomacy, and the world accepted that Azerbaijan was in the right. As a result of this, the famous UN resolution was adopted on April 30th, 1993. Then the trio of America, Russia, and Turkey founded an international fair solution to the conflict initiative.
You have put forth the idea to join the Azerbaijan Popular Front Party and Musavat Party after 21 years of being your own party. What will the outcomes be? Can't this create a chaotic situation for both parties during the elections?
When we created the Popular Front Party in 1989 under Elchibi's leadership, it would be better to have called it Musavat. If that would have happened, I believe the opportunities would have been created to solve many problems, and several problems would not have emerged. However, I have initiated this idea several times and will continue to do so one more time. At the same time, the issue is not completely about joining the Musavat Party in APFP. It is also about uniting forces loyal to the ideals of both Rasulzadeh and Elchibi into one party.
You stated that you will not put forth your candidacy for chairman at the Musavat Party Forum this December. Who will be the chairman of Musavat then? If Ali Karemi puts forth his candidacy, will you support him?
This is demand of the Charter. I am speaking for the idea of joining forces as time and people deem it necessary.
This means that you will never put forth your candidacy? If the forum unanimously demands for your candidacy, will you do it?
We have always worked in accordance with Musavat's charter. We will continue to do so.
The new Azerbaijan party negatively views the joining of Musavat and APFP, and they said that this union is coming from outside forces. Why are they concerned?
Apparently, the statement of YAP is the result of fear and concern for their own party. It cannot be taken any other way. In fact, they lost to us every time, and this was before we were united. Did YAP ever beat us? YAP has only come to power through deception and violence. It's a fact that YAP has never had authority. YAP used a name to gain power instead of authority. Now it is obvious that due to Aliyev's regime's incorrect foreign policy, Azerbaijan has become disconnected with the international community, and this scares them. They believe that every single development occurring in Azerbaijan is something that was dictated from the outside. Besides, they have always been managed under influence and believe that a 100-year-old party like Musavat will work under someone's control. This statement is not serious enough.
Will you put forth your candidacy during the parliamentary elections? How many seats do you think the opposition will take in the parliamentary elections?
I will put forward my candidacy and will fight as strongly as usual. I want to emphasize that I have won all the elections I have joined during my political career. I believe it will be the same this time too. In response to your question regarding the number of seats the opposition will win, I say it depends on whether the elections will be free and fair. I am positive that if elections are free and fair, most of the 125 seats in Parliament will be held by democratic forces.
How do you assess the existing situation? Are there opportunities to conduct free and fair elections? Will the opposition have this opportunity?
I believe the current situation is at a turning point due to several signs. I believe that 2010 can be a year of change in Azerbaijan in light of the events going on in the country, abroad, and in the region. We might witness this in the near future. I believe that the Aliyev regime has already spent all of its political capital, came to power as a negative force, and lost most of this force.
My next question is about Nagorno-Karabakh. How do you evaluate the negotiations? In general, is there any possibility for the restoration of Azerbaijan's land integrity?
Today's negotiations look like an imitation. These negotiations are aimed at managing the conflict, not to its solution. I mean, the goal of the negotiations here is to not allow the conflict to develop to the level of war. In addition, the conflict has formed serious international interest. The sides participating in the negotiations want to fulfill their certain interests, geopolitical interests, economic interests, and political interests by means of managing this conflict. Unfortunately, this is the reality of our day.
Thank you for coming to our program. I am grateful to you for answering our difficult questions. Thank you very much.
I expected harder questions. Good luck to you.
Thank you.